I'm late, but I did remember to turn my microphone on, so that is a definite improvement. I got distracted by something on Discord and had to reply, and then I looked at the time and was like, oh no! Oh no! If you like being late for things, like, comment, and subscribe if you're watching this later on YouTube. Subscriptions on Twitch are not compulsory because they cost money and times are hard. I'm a crab. Anyway, if you like crab, subscribe. Okay, what was I doing? What was I doing? Now. I'm not late to stream. You are to stream. Wait, can I point forward? Yes, I can. There we go. I spelled stream wrong. That's embarrassing. I spelled stream extremely wrong. Oh no, my eyes! My eyes! My eyes, they're full of boof. Blech. Hello! Hello, hello. 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 Hello, hello, hello. Sometimes you just gotta say hello. Hello, hello. I don't know why you say goodbye, I say go. Hello, boy. Hello, I am Grunt. Welcome, welcome to the stream. I'm not late. Okay, where was I? What was I doing? I put every single wrong date. Every single wrong date for those stream alerts. I'm a genius. I am a genius. I am so smart. I am so smart. I am the smartest man who ever lived. Ah! Hello, first time chat. Buck Custom. Welcome, welcome. Can I be bothered to go fix all that? No. No, hopefully no one notices. Alright, I've spammed in all directions. No, I haven't. I have not. I must spam in more directions. Okay. Alright, good. Now I've spammed in all directions. Now things are under control. Mic is on this time, so we're off to a good start. Yes! I'm proud of myself that I remembered to turn the microphone on. We shall not speak of yesterday, when I was foolish and didn't turn this on. You gotta turn things on in order to start the stream. Shut up, me. Shut up. There we go. Situation now under control. Alright, Platono Hub, there we go. There we go. Plutono Hub. You know what? I need a checklist for starting stream. I guarantee you I missed stuff. Oh, I have no excuse today. Oh, no. No, I had so much to... I didn't. I slept in slightly. Instead of getting up at 5:30 like I know I should, I got up at 6. That extra half hour makes a big difference, as it turns out. What comes next? Alright. Spreadsheets. Lots of them. Lots of delicious spreadsheets. So many spreadsheets, so many spreadsheets, so many spreadsheets, there are 2. So many spreadsheets, so many spreadsheets, there are 2. There are 3. Actually, there's a lot. There's a lot, but like I mostly look at just 2 of them. Bookmark, where are we? I move bookmark every time. Every time is a good time for bookmarking. Every time is a good time for bookmarking. Alright, spreadsheets. I have them. Right, workshop. Buck is my friend, by the way. I got him to watch you. Yay! Well done, Grunt, for introducing Buck. Buck and Grunt. There's a lot, but it's mostly the one that matters. Yeah. There's a lot of spreadsheets. There's at least 2. 2 is more than 1. That is a lot. Humpty Dumpty Doo. Okay, so now we need to check workshop. Everyone, please look at this delightful main menu because it is delightful. Alright. Alright, workshop is behaving. Okay, nothing for Hawa. It's recent. Okay, here for charge bus. Whoa, whoa. Oh dear. There we go. You know, I genuinely don't remember how I came up with the name Sawowel. I really don't. Sawowel, Cave. And looks like... Nope, okay, Cave. And... Stone Light. Hell yeah. Alright, nothing new on the workshop. Good, that means we can proceed. And the proceeding, we'll have to look at the next things on our list. So, oh my word. Censor this horrible violence, we simply must. Alright, so now we've got some more planes. Let's see, we generally can do 3 or 4. So we've got the Haugen and Moonen, the Terminus, the Naga, which the spelling needs to be ruined, and then the Uraeus. So let's do that. Let us do that. Let us go find the thing, which I mean the craft library. There we go. Buck and Grant sounds like some kind of fantasy buddy cop thing where Buck is human and Grant is an orc. It does, actually. My mind was going that way. Yeah, it's the one really bad white flare craft. You're gonna have to be more specific. Grant, no. Yes, bruh. Grant War Thunder. Huh. Wait, what? 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 The Uruguay. Yeah, that thing. Okay, there's just something inherently funny about Grant, no. Grant, no. Grant, smash! Grant, smash, puny night elves. No! They're the witnesses, Grant. Don't do it. Grant, smash! It is what Grant do. Grant not go to therapy. What the hell was I doing? I've distracted myself. Okay. Grant, look up blueprints on Blueprint Repository to get correct blueprint for stream. Okay, I remember all my passwords are, that's for sure. I mean, Grant, remember password. Grant, not copy-paste from Notepad. That would be silly for Grant to do. What the hell was I doing? Stone Light Presents. Planes. Grant, find Haugen and Moonen. 2 birds. And Grant, find Terminus. Grant, find Terminus. I can stop doing this voice, by the way. Like, I should probably check chat and see if, like, it's driving people nuts. Naga. And then the Uraeus. Not Uranus. Uranus is different. Uranus, the planet, will now be renamed to something less silly. Urectum. Right, I've realized I have some good combos. Nice. Hello, Night World. Welcome, welcome. Oh lordy, that's some cursed. Grant, no. Grant, no. Grant, yes. Judgment kicks you in the head. What am I looking at? Oh, jeez. Ew. Stop licking things, Night World. That is unhygienic. I just love the phrase. Grant, no. Grant, yes. Okay, we've got the things. That's very. Oh no, my folders. People have seen my folders. Oh no. People will now know what's in my folders. That's a joke, by the way. If I cared about people looking at my friggin' files, none of which are particularly sensitive, I would have fixed that a long time ago. I like humor. Do you like humor?
Grunt likes humor. Grunt likes to laugh. Grunt laugh especially hard when mashing puny elves into thick sticky paste to put on pizza. Grunt like pizza. Elf pizza too sweet. Prefer Hawaiian pizza. Grunt is controversial.
What the hell was I doing? Alright.
Grunt smash.
Can't clink images. Hello, Olivo! Butt licking things is fun. Oh. Did you mean to spell it like that, Night World? Why? Alright, enough of this silliness. Enough of this silliness, we need different silliness. Me and Grant are playing War Thunder helping grind Germany. Nice! My understanding is that War Thunder is less a game and more a very pretty slot machine. Mixed with cocaine. Like, you don't need to tell me. I used to play Raid Shadow Legends. Not sponsored. Opposite of sponsored. Do not touch that game ever. It is genuinely fun for approximately 1 hour, and then the slot machine kicks in. Oh, I didn't say hello yet. Oh, hello, Orange! There you are. Hello, hello. Alright, so, first thing on the list. Let's see how many things we can get through. I'm feeling positive today. Alright, so first thing first, we got the Haugen and the Moonin. Haugen and the Moonin. Haugen and the Moonin. Haugen and the Moonin. Oh, thank you, Sooty, for the stretch!
Stretch! Gronk like stretch. Gronk like to stay flexible. Gronk stretch soldiers. Soldiers? Gronk does stretch soldiers. Sometimes soldiers need to be stretched. Take one leg, take other, spread that way. They learn to do split, or they will split. Need to stretch soldiers for dance at masquerade ball.
I don't know what I'm talking about anymore. Alright, so there we go. Haugen. Terminus. So T3. And the other thing. Terminus, Naga, which would be N4. Okay, so that's version 4. And that's version 4, so we're gonna roll with the one that's spelt correctly. Just gonna fix that on the spreadsheet. There we go. And then the Uraeus. I'm a tumor. Okay, there we go. Beautiful. And Needhawk we'll deal with later. I was going through my emote yesterday. They're so accurate. I have an odd feeling someone is going to redeem Canoe today. Uh-oh. I haven't played Rady Shady, but I have played a couple of gachas, and Rady Shady. Oh, that's a good one. And 1 hour sounds about right. Ah, the piston ram thing that I hate. Oh, what are we talking about? Alright, let's go here. And now let's look at Bird.
We must look at Bird.
Bird. Who made this? Jakalth again. Yay! I like funny bird. I like funny bird. Do you like funny bird? 'Cause I like funny bird. Bird! Taking shameless propaganda pictures. Hell yeah. And little Tweety birds. Border, don't ever say you're like in the zone for making something, because someone is going to redeem Border Build a Canoe. Got it! I will not say that I'm in the zone for building something. What was I doing? Alright, we have a checklist to go through. Checky that list. Checky that list. Alright, aesthetics and fleet colors. Done. Are they using... Yep, they are basically using all the fleet colors. Yep, all fleet colors used. Very, very pretty. Very pretty indeed. No notes here. Sub-object clipping or excess. Let's have a look-see here. What do we got? Alright, so we got that is a 2-axis laser turret by the looks of it, and a spin block thingy over there. That is spinning. So what is here? It is a 2-axis laser turret. So, if we go here... How clippy is this? Ah, this is a little bit too clippy, because this is... Yeah, no, that's a bit much. That is a bit much. Really, what you should be doing is... Yeah, no, that's a bit much. That laser turret does clip straight through the turret there. So there are ways of dealing with that, so... Alright, I believe... I have old notes on this. So I can... let's do this. We'll just keep these notes. Alright, so old notes there. And we need to go over here. Alright, and... laser turret clips too much. Is clipping straight through turret cap. Honestly, I should have seen that. Again, this is one of the ones that, like, it looks good, so I didn't look at it too closely, ironically. So, you see here, our problem. This is not okay. What you'd actually want here is something like this. Yeah, no, that's really egregious clipping, actually. We don't like that. We don't like that around here. We don't much care for that. So you'd want something like this, and there are ways of... Let me just show people how to make a laser turret that doesn't clip. It's not actually that difficult, so... What is this? Oh! Oh, that's another thing. Completely hidden radar. Don't completely hide blocks with... Deco player needs to see what's going on. Needs to see what is going on. G360 radar. That would actually be a perfect example of, like, using the little, I don't know, the stone light, like, crystal-y thing. That would work well. Alright, what is it? He said it! The terminus uses piston around such a thing I do not think should work. That's not to say the terminus should be removed or anything like that, I just hate the concept personally. And I can't take credit for Rady Shady, I got that from Internet Historian. Well, I'm glad that you cite your sources, very nice. Oops. Soup Mr. Was, hello me wood, hello Monster Kicker. I have slain the great beast named Eerie. Well done! It was fun. Is the clipping rules just replacement when idle, or the laser need to not clip while targeting as well? Because a covered APS barrel would clip through the cap top when aiming. Yeah, the piston ram thing, while unique, is also kind of bullcrap. Alright, so, this is mostly for just consistency, so... In this particular case, this laser was clipping straight through the turret cap when at rest. And so let me just show you what a kind of more acceptable laser turret looks like. It looks something like this. So we got this. And say we got this. And then you can have up here a elevation only turret. And you can have your... Can everyone hear Leaf Blower Band? He's very loud today. And then you can have your laser turret like so. And I don't know, you can do something like that. And laser optics, something like that. And so something like this would probably be better. It is a little bit more bulky, but it works a little better. So we're here. Then you can round this out and make it look very nice. Like so. This is a little bit taller than we actually want. And so long as you have a nice gap here, you should be good. So something like this. Because now this laser basically doesn't clip at all while at rest. This is something like a little bit less egregious. The laser hitbox be considered when idle. There's no clipping. Single block hole in the cap for it. I cannot. I have my grandfather being Skisterman. Wait, what? I get the current turret is bad because there's a block inside the op. That is why it's bad. Yes, it's Let me go look at the other one. Where are you? Let's go here. So looking here, if you hit view here, at rest, this laser is directly clipping through here. And this isn't like a barrel. The actual hitbox of the laser optics is clipping straight through here. That is not okay. And yes, it works, because it's a sub-object on a sub-object. But that doesn't mean we should have that. That's a little bit much. Okay, forgot that spooling is hard. Spooling is the hardest. Alright, so I'm gonna mark that in red because that is clipping something terrible. Because if that was not on a double turret, you couldn't do that at all. Cool. Straight through turret cap while at rest. So yeah, Haugen unfortunately needs to get marked in red. Right, so it's also got complete deco hiding, which is not great. So unfortunately, yep, whoops. Alright, okay, sub-wall clipping or excess, there you go. Transparent APS clips, doesn't have APS. Resource settings, let's see here. Resource settings is good. So we've got 200k, each one is... Yep, that's good. Alright. Didn't even see that. Hello, I thought it was just clipping an elevator. Nope. Nope, the thing clips something fierce even at rest, so that's not okay. Right. So, resources, good. Auto propulsion, does it use it? Whoops. Thank goodness for breadboard thrust vectoring. That makes looking at this so much easier. Okay. Get controller. Jet controller. Jet controller. Jet controller. Okay. No. No whatchamacallit. No. None of that. Auto propulsions. Repair bots. Do we have them? Yep, it does. It has 2 of them. And just to be sure. Yep. Same thing. Yep. So that needs to be removed. And apologies for flip-flopping on the rules so much. Stonelight, as it turns out, is really hard to design. Okay. Remove repair bots. Changed again. Okay then. Okay, I'm gonna study for a bit. Today's fun aircraft fact is that some propeller hubs bleed. I will not be elaborating further. I lied. This is because the hub is filled with red dye, so if there is a big enough crack, you can see it because there'll be red dye on the surface. Nice! Thanks for sharing that, Monster Kicker. Oh, I completely forgot to make the new more redeems. Damn it. Well. Alright. Functionality and combat testing. I believe we tested this before, and it was absolutely fine. Fan-daddy-dozy. No worries. My throat's dry. Yum. Okay. So here is Bird. Bird needs to go up against 400k Glakave thing. What is a 400k Glakave thing? Dual Axe. So Haugen is hard. What's the Dual Axe? Is also a hard. So Haugen should be able to win, right? Right? Alright, I remember this thing needs laser defense. They're doing a neat flank, though. That is a lot of blocks for them all, my goodness. Burn, baby, burn, now, 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 now. Let's have a look at you. How are you doing? Yeah, so already got a note here that this thing needs laser defense, and laser is bad Seawiz. Needs defense. Yep, needs laser proofing. Yep. Alright, this thing is actually taking a lot of damage. This is also a weird thing with aircraft, is that the wings often act as, like, armor, if you're broadsiding. Yet another reason to make planes broadsiders as much as possible. Haugen are hard, didn't think birds could get hard, not gonna lie. Depends on the bird. Some birds have the necessary equipment, and also... bonk. Stonelight finds a way. These birds are that expensive? Yup. Something corkscrew. Have you seen geese? Have you seen swans? There is a reason that in the mythology, Zeus turns into a swan. The ancient Greeks were very freaky. I think that these two birds might actually win. They are burning stuff to death, and that's nice. Honestly, making those missiles EMP would probably be a good idea, because a lot of people do not insulate their smoke projectors properly. I have to see here how this is going. How's your damage? Again, like... Hang on a minute. Alright, there we go. Uh-oh. It's fallen into water! Some kind of water start that this plane is... I've fallen and I can't get up! Oh, that's unfortunate. Alright, so some kind of water start would probably be a good idea, just in general for planes. Good idea to have water start method in case of accidental swim. Alright, so I don't think they're winning, so the dual axe is probably a good combat testing benchmark for these guys. So testing benchmark. Glakave dual axe. Greek more like freak? No, do not diss the ancient Greeks. Zeus is the one who did 99% of the crimes. Oh, they came up with him. They came up with him. Alright, so birds are down in the water. That's no good. The Greeks came up with the stories of all the... Okay, John McFist said what I said. I guess the only good thing Zeus did was give the world Karatos. Did you mean to spell Kratos? Night World? Because I'm pretty sure that's not in the original mythology. Okay, so let us do another combat testy thingy. My goodness, I love combat testing. Alright, so 400k dual axe. Relativity. Where's the relativity? The relativity is a hover tank, I believe. It is a hard hover tank. What's the Gravistar? I think the Gravistar is a godly. Or not. No, it's a hard. I want to find a godly. Vortex, Lift, Lorentz, Specimen. There's not many cheap godlies, is there? Fibrillator. Problem is, a lot of Glacave godlies, they have a lot of notes on them. Like, a lot of them. Let's chuck it against the resonance and see what happens. Which means we need to hop into the custom battle simulator thing. Uh-oh. There we go. I almost clicked off the game. That would have been bad. Oh no, I'm gonna sneeze. Nope. Religion is whatever you want to believe, and a god the size of a big dude killing everything sounds fun. To be fair, the dual axe has decent laser power, which is the natural counter to planes. True. It is entirely possible to deal with that. So, speaking of benchmarks, I have no clue how to make the Nephilim defeat the plummet. If you have no clue, pass it on to someone else. And figure out. Nephilim defeat the plummet. That would be difficult. When in doubt, make things faster. That is what I tend to find works a lot. Also, there are things you can do with particle cannons, yeah. That, like, make them more efficient. Yeah, you could 2v1 the anchor bolt. True. You know what? Let's do that. Let us do that. Okay, select. I'm gonna go here. How much is the anchor bolt again? I think the anchor bolt is very laser resistant, so this isn't gonna go well for the birds. Let's go here. Go copy updated. Hover tank. Anchor bolt. That doesn't line up very well. What was my other idea? Resonance. Although the resonance, they use missiles mostly. Let's try a 1v1 versus the anchor bolt. That's actually not going to work. That's not going to work at all. Oh dear. Wait, if we do 2 anchor bolts and 3 birds, maybe that'll be good. Maybe this will take 1,000,000 years and we'll never get around to the other thing. There we go. That should do the trick. And just for giggles, we're gonna do. We're gonna swap the colors because I find that funny. Could do villain. Crams can be dodged and the pack isn't that big, but the 12 remote got a heat missiles to reinforce bodies. There's no real space for more thrust and the fuel engines to support it either. Maybe we'll just make a bigger rebuild later. Before you, like, rebuild it from scratch, Orange, like, do pass the blueprint around. If you're really struggling, like, I can have a look at it. Wait, I've got the blueprint right here. Just do 2v1. You sure? This is more cost equivalent. Yeah, okay. Are you sure? Alright, fine. Let's do that. Material advantage for the birds is fine. Well, no, because the whole point is, like, we want hard Stonelight. Whoops. We want hard Stonelight stuff to be, well, good. So they must be able to, like, give Godly Glacave stuff a hard time. I mean, I haven't done extensive testing yet. We'll do so when I feel like it. As my therapist said, if you wait till you feel like it, you're going to be waiting a long time. So, I will have a look at it. Okay. Special treatment. Alright, let's just go here, do... Look at Nephilim. Try and improve. The phallus is the hardest. The phallus is the hardest vehicle in Plutonal. Absolutely. Emphasis on hard. All right. Let us begin. That took longer than it should have. All right. The anchor bolt is gonna slaughter these guys. White ravens. Oh no. Well, this is not very promising. Actually, I'm going to start that up with these things being further apart. Let's do one blueprint per row. There we go. There we go. Yeah, this one bird is already having a hard time. Wow, the laser's been blown straight off. Oh, wow. Evil. Yep, no, I think the anchor bolt's gonna win this. It is it's a pretty tall order for the planes to take on this thing. I don't think this is the best test for these guys, honestly. Yeah, because the anchor bolt is just like, it is such a heavy armored brick. There's a thing that fell off there. I think it was like a light switch or something. I think most people will struggle versus the anchor bolt. Yep, I think so too. Yeah, they've taken like less than 1% health off it. There's also the problem with lasers like this, is that lasers really do need to focus on one spot to consistently do damage, especially zero-Q lasers. And if you're circling, that's harder to make happen. I'm going to make a recommendation here to use EMP missiles instead of like frag. Where is it? Band EMP missiles to complement laser. Smoke dispensers, which is a combo that I often... And shields. Although, knowing John McFist, the anchor bolt is very well EMP insulated. Okay. Anchor bolt. There we go. Alright, we've done 1.1 level of damage to the team. There's actually blocks starting to fall off. There's actually a laser commander there. That's why I said the material advantage should even the playing field. Yeah. I actually want to try that. Because these guys are losing horribly. I think we'll call it when one of the bird despawns. One of the bird dispo... Wow! There is El Fuego back here. Oh, hello! here. Oh, there's the surge protector. Oh, it looks like some jets have been taken out, actually. The damage is starting to add up. How about that? I don't think the birds are gonna win, but they're doing better than I expected. They do have a 200k material advantage, though. Order wisdom is remember to make your birds as missile-proof as possible. Remind me, John, the anchor bolt uses remote-guided missiles, right? What is here? Stiff, that's what's here. Yeah, one of the birds took big shot.
Bird suffered
Big damage. Is it just me, or are more and more of those missiles actually getting through? How do you fit the GPP required for remote guided inside the anchor bolt? Remote guided, yes. Okay. How are you feeling? Be otherwise got energy. Eliaval, if you do the canoe redeem, I respectfully request that you wait until later in the stream. And I refuse to answer that question. Carefully. Yeah, that does make sense. Like, the anchor bolt does definitely have volume. Man, whoop. Hey, thank you for the follow, Lonir. And hello, Tungsten Cube. You are on a 7-stream streak. Well done. Okay, then, let's see. How the hell is this thing still flying? I am trying to be kind here. I do have energy. The redeems are there to be used. And I appreciate the kindness. I really do. Okay, then. Yeah, well, there's a time limit here for a reason. That's actually, like, this is a pretty decent combat-y test thing. Material equivalent. Material equivalent. I do worry sometimes that people might think, oh, right, you need to be able to 1v1 them, right? The answer is no, you do not. Okay, then. Oh, that one thing over there is basically crippled. Huh, did all the lamps nodes on one side get taken out? Nope. Actually, yeah. On the rear, they got taken out. Wait, there's no more lasers firing. There are no more lasers? This is problem. I had an idea. A stolen vehicle called the Girlfriend, because for most people here that's mythical. Wow! Rude! Wow! Azusa, that's mean. Do not be mean. The people, like, regardless of how true it is that a lot of the people watching this are single, because that's the world we live in, it's not nice to point it out. Okay, so one of the birds is dead and all the lasers are disabled, so I'm just going to say that that's a win for the anchor bolt, which means homework for later. There's a dude on Reddit that's making a deco woman to represent the Steel Striders. Recruit him. Wait, what? Just poking fun at the FTD player base in general. I mean, come on, this is an extremely time-consuming video game. Of course a lot of the people doing it are going to be single. And male. It's still mean regardless. Yeah. Yeah, no, that is a sore point, for a lot of young men in particular, just because it's like, society, subtly, and sometimes not so subtly, like, kind of declares you a failure if you don't have a partner, which is not at all reasonable. So yeah, maybe don't crack jokes about how a lot of people who play this game are like, well, they don't have a partner. Because a lot of them would, if they knew how. Society sucks, it does. It's still mean and I'm not even interested. True. We live in a society. Bottom text. Alright, I think that's enough notes on the Haugen and Moonin. Let's just go... Rule break. Don't completely hide. Plane needs to see what's going on. EG 360 radar. Rule repair bots. Good in case of accidental swim. Recommend EMP missiles to common laser. Destroy smoke dispensers and shields. Needs target pro adjustment. Lasers bad series. Need different missile defense. Need laser proofing. Shields of smoke. Combat testing benchmark. Locave dual axe and anchor bolt. Okay. That's good notes for the Haugen and Moonin. Okay, then let's go here. And Haugen and Moonin. And reset. Click, click. Oh, damn it. I forgot to put the bloody things yesterday on the other list. Damn it. Hold on. Spreadsheets are hard. You know what else is hard? I'm just gonna put do this. Just gonna do this. Okay. And there we go. There we go. We remembered. Okay. And Haugen and Moonin. They go up here, and they just go in the functionality section. Perfect. Perfect, 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 perfect. And now, damn it, I need to find the Steam Workshop where the Haugen and Moonin live. There we go. Yep. Okay then. What was I doing? Okay. Okay then, we are doing good, we are doing good, we are doing good, we are doing good. And it goes there, and this goes here. And next. Next, I say. Okay then. I'm just, okay. Bottom text. I'm back. I basically finished my textbook because the last 32 pages are a guide for troubleshooting certain systems. Okay. Loneliness epidemic is real. I'm just dumb sometimes, all the time actually. You could just apologize. Notice I didn't call it the male loneliness epidemic. We do indeed live in a society. Can we move on from this already? I came here for wacky vehicles. Fair enough. What a cool bird. Looking at the eyes of this bird, it looks like it's more than just a little high altitude-wise. Yep, this guy is baked and sees things. That's on par for birds. It does have the tripping bull's eyes of it. I love that. I think the Thoth also has that. It's high on drugs, deprived oxygen, and also religion. It's got all the things that make you high. Alright, so that's Dune. What's the next thing? We want Terminus, which is a godly jet, or should be. Who made this? Who made this? This is T-Lad. It has flappy wings. It looks really cool. Me like it. Oh, right, it's got a... I was about to say, why is there a resource ring hovering around here? That's the halo. That is the halo. That is the halo. That is the halo. Maybe ecstasy. Any of them can dilate your pupils. Psychedelics. Maybe stone light isn't corrupted, it's just tripping really hard. We don't do that. That's more crack or heroin. Weed chills you out. Yeah. Don't do drugs, kids. Except for instant coffee. You know what I found out the other day? My girlfriend, bless her cotton socks, brought over a filter coffee machine to make filter coffee because she has actual taste and does not like instant coffee that much. And so we drank filter coffee in the morning. And I was so tired and just fatigued and just not doing well. And we learned, because I perked up immediately after having an instant coffee, that I have a chemical dependence on instant coffee. So I'm addicted. I was suffering from actual withdrawal symptoms. New girlfriend, congrats. Actually, same one. Yeah. Kelpie and I got back together. Did I mention that? I think I did mention that on stream. But yeah. We had to sort... we both had to sort things out, as it turns out. And now we're back. Anyway, you mentioned passing at one point. Yeah. Okay, understandable. This is the first time I'm hearing. Sorry. All good, Azusa. All good. I'm not making a huge point of it. The people come here for From the Depths. They don't come to hear about my personal life, as hilarious or tragic as it might be. There's a checklist I need to be going to. Right, from the depths, from the depths, from the depths, from the depths. Aesthetics and fleet colors. Check. This thing is bloody gorgeous. No. How fast is this? It's fast. Alright then. Sub-object clipping or access. This has a lot of sub-objects. It has the flappy wings. Oh, right. Piston ram. Ooh, that is a lot of sub-objects. That is a lot of sub-objects. How's our frame rate? Our frame rate's actually fine, so somehow that's not a huge issue. Alright, there's a little bit too much deco cope on this. It's a little bit difficult to see. Yeah, there's 50 sub-constructs. For a 300k thing. Oh dear. Oh dearie me. I have a nice espresso machine, so I make drinks for my wife too. Yay! I'm the wife in my relationship. In lag in combat, that's more just collision damage calculation. Okay, new keyboard here. The A key, my last one stopped working. I just drink filter coffee, which sometimes tastes great and sometimes awful. Okay, see you, Monster Kicker. Have a good one. Enjoy your new keyboard. Alright, there's multiple things happening here. That is... What is this? That is Le Gun. That is a 18mm cannon? Oh, that's just rude. Right, thank goodness it has solid clips. Okay. Jolly good, jolly good, jolly good. And it does that jet stacking thing. And it uses turrets to rotate stuff, which is probably sensible. Yep. Wait a minute. Damn, look at this. Oh, that's just rude. It's got like all the most vulnerable stuff in the wings, which are constantly moving. That is extraordinarily rude, but like also within rules. Alright, and here's the piston ram stuff. Okay, let's do drag. Okay, that's clipping. That is straight up clipping. What, you thought I wouldn't notice? You thought I was some kind of, silly billy? Yep, no, that clips. That clips horribly. That's frustrating. Okay then, experiment piston ram clips. Too much. It's clipping straight through the turret cap while at rest. Rule break. Again. Like, yeah, no, guys, don't do this. We also really need to cut down on sub-objects on this thing. It actually does have too much. Alright. Filter coffee aside, if you get a V60 and some good paper. And the V60 is like $20. Oh no, a reason to remove it. How terrible. I kid mostly. Is that stacked pistons? Yes. Piston and ramming my fellas. You WTF. Yeah, this needs to be dialed down a bit. Bit too much deco. It is hard to see at a glance how it functions. In particular for the weapons. Weapons and propulsion. In particular. This was reminding me actually, does anyone remember, like, in the Christmas campaign, that stupid, like, sled thing that, like, Santa's HQ has? This sounds insane out of context, but, like, bear with me. And, like, it was really hard to tell how on earth it was working, like, at all. And it was just horrible, clipping, exploity nonsense. This is not nearly as bad as that, but we want to avoid that. How bad is the deco at hiding the craft? It's less this bird, more the fact it works at all. John wants this bird. Big piece of melee is kind of cheesy, so it's understandable. To be fair, the phallus is probably crap on it, given that it flies more erratically. Right, so, you see here, this is what it looks like normally. These are rams, these are propellers. And, hold on a second, let's just check something here. So, propeller blade, yeah, thank goodness, like, you can't really cheese anything with propellers. Right, does this have clearance? It does. Over here, 1, 2, yep, okay, that works just fine. That works just fine, that works just fine. Alright, so this what it looked like with all the deco. And then you remove all the decoration. Now you can actually see that it has piston rams, and you can see that that is clipping something nasty. I'm going to give T-Lad, like, kind of a break on that, because, like, maybe they just didn't notice. And then you can see here... Oh, there's a lot of hologram projectors on this, actually. Wow. So yeah, you can kind of see all the stuff. Now, what am I looking at? Okay, those are that's detection, and that is... T-Lad? Oh, hello! Hello, T-Lad. Yo, my burb! Yes, you made this. Alright, so far, the worst thing is this. The worst thing is right here. We got blocks clipping into something terrible, and I'm going to assume you didn't do that on purpose, because that is nasty. The other thing we need to do is that this thing really does have too much sub-object for its cost and size. It's somehow not that laggy, but we probably should dial that down a bit, just on the safe side. Functions, weapons, and propulsion in particular. Need to cut down on sub-objects as much as possible. Probably don't need that many pistons. So you could probably halve the number of pistons you need there by just mixing in, like, I don't know, heavy armor wrapped in rubber or something. Yeah, I didn't notice. Prob can tune it down. It works a little too well. Yeah, I do like the concept of this thing. Yeah, but it definitely needs tweaking. So there's that, there's that, there's that. Right, I'm just so distracted by the piston rams. Alright, so that's all working, and that's not stacked. So, wait a minute, what's those? That's clipping! Or is it? What's in here? Oh dear. Oh dear, what is this? Huh? Halo. Oh. Huh? Oh, that's the friggin' that's for the decoration. Alright, let's load this in. Back in again. Alright. Anything that affects your nervous system is a drug. That means food is a nervous system. Cheese is a drug by that logic. Yep, my drug is living. My nervous system is always affected somehow in life. Halo Deco's acted that. Okay. Onion head is a drug. In an alternate universe, cheese can be too. Well, they would be if you hadn't removed them. Food. If a nervous system. That's what block is for the halo, so the halo remains level while the burb is rolling. Oh! I was wondering how you did that. That's clever. That stays. That simply must stay, because that's cool. And I believe that's all the subby objects. The submissive objects, as someone in chat would probably say. Okay, moving right along. Transparent APS clips, already checked that. Resource settings. This thing is about 300-ish K, and it has about... Okay, that's good. You do want about 50%. Auto propulsion. Right, I need to commit heresy and remove all the decorations again. And... propulsion. Ah, this actually uses upjets. Interesting. I see. I don't see auto propulsion anywhere, so that is nice. Oops. There we go. Right. I do not see auto propulsion here. See, these are actually, like, really gorgeous propellers and everything, and, like, honestly, you might not even need to deco hide them that much. Look at this. Ah! See, I really like this thing, which is why, like, I'm not, you know, despite John McFist's, clear desires, we're not getting rid of it. We're just gonna tone it down a little bit. A smidge. Hey, otherwise. You said that food is a nervous system. Did I? Oh, I got my words mixed up, clearly. Thanks, otherwise. You're welcome. I mean, like, affected in an unintended way. I don't know about you personal... Don't let my personal fiery hatred of melee affect your judgment. Aha! We all have that one thing we cannot stand in From the Depths, or sometimes multiple things. Melee has never really bugged me that much, because I tend to make my stuff, like, really fast. And, like, you know... So yeah, not that John McFist makes stuff... Oh! John McFist likes ships. That would make sense. Every melee craft should be like the engraver, clearly. Ah, but do you hate the Anubis? No one could hate the Anubis. I want nukes out of Plutona, but that's not happening. Well, unfortunately... like, in order to, like, provide on higher difficulties any reasonable challenge, you kind of have to use them. Because this isn't Barons of the North. This is, like, Niter on roids. So yeah, unfortunately, it's difficult to make stuff beyond a certain point challenging without resorting to cheesy nonsense, which is why, even though I hate Twin Guard style repairy sub-vehicles, we do still have them in this campaign, because that's how the game works. And I don't like it, but if you want to make a challenge for the people who will inevitably complain that's not challenging enough, you kind of have to do that. That's my argument anyway. By the way, this one is one of those, Prio to kill nukes. Nice. You don't need nukes to make things challenging. You don't need them. But, yeah. Okay. They just suck. You don't need any individual thing to make things challenging. Yep. Porter makes fast glass cannons a lot. Yep. Hello, Lepa. No, because it's funny and uses pack melee. Yeah. The thing you hate should be in this campaign. Well, the one time I send something not freaky that gets auto-modded. Oh dear. It's one of many tools. Yeah, well, I would personally... I actually agree with Azusa on this one. I think nuke blocks really should be like a warhead on huge missiles. That would probably make a lot more sense. What the hell was I doing? Auto propulsion. Okay, good. Repair bots. Does it have it? Stop distracting me! I'm easily distracted. Okay, it also has repair bots. Asymmetric repair bots? What the hell? What's in here? What's he doing? Why are you here? Oh, interesting. Heartstones. Ah, repair bots actually touching metal. That's a good idea. Alright, so repair bots need to be removed because, again, that friggin' rule changed. Okay. Repair bots need to be removed. Okay. And functionality and combat testing will come after the ad break. So everyone enjoy this menu. Proper deco is supposed to be here. Power road removed it all. Oh! I just like the nuke block to give like 500 meters of detection signature to the crafters on so you can actually find and hit the damn things. That would be helpful. Yep. That's a nice bird. It is! Nukes are not challenging, they're just annoying. Yeah. I think you should be in this campaign. Why? The deco is gone. Oh. Right. Oops. Right. Just need to quickly look at that mannequin with all the deco on. My bad. My bad. I think everything would make more sense if the mannequin had deco on it. Oh, I vaguely remember this. There we go. There we go. What is this supposed to be? This screenshot makes a lot of sense. There we go. Remove clarity during inspection. Weapon should always cost more than defense. Pretty much. Yeah, that is true. Oh yeah, it is way cheaper to add nuke spawners to the vehicle than nuke defenses. That is true. I've never thought of that. Like, yeah, nukes like force you to have systems in place which cost way more than the nuke. Speaking of nuke, hello Bombardier. Dang, it's one of my TPD characters. Oh, nice! DeviantArt OC looking ass. Hello, my name is Emily Darkness Dementia Ravenwing. Okay, well, I'm glad I did that. Right. Please enjoy this main menu. It's very nice. Bespoke. I need to do this. I need to vanish. Oh no! DeviantArt has found me! I am vanishing! Ah! Coffee break! Whee! There we go. Oh yeah, I need to add the adventure thing blocks. Is the inspection done? Nope. I'm gonna go have a coffee break. Have to run some ads, and I'll be right back for some combat testing, so probably more notes there. Alright. There we go. Ta-da! Dumpty 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 doo. Dumpty dumpty doo. Okay. I'm back. And better than ever, I hope. Time to catch up on chat. Yay! Bird. Why did the chat room move then? Why must it always be a nuke? Can it not once simple a big rocket? I don't know. I fear this guy will demolish the resonance. The best anti-nuclear furnace is spanning lattices. Not joking. Yeah, because they kill themselves on something cheaper than them. The rules don't actually require them to be on there. Yeah. What if you make a dart that is just specifically random nukes? That's just cheaper than nukes, right? They're so cheap that you can't nuke them cost effectively. Yay! Big enough they should be able to squeeze hearthstones in. I just found a hair that I missed while shaving. This always happens. Shield on a stick tractor beam is a sacrifice to nukes. Yep, the single medium tall plane ball. They should probably spawn a squad to at least be somewhat of a threat, yeah? Do not reproduce the lepton meta here, please. Don't only leptons. Sob. There's at least one plane that specifically got noted as needing to stay closer to prevent that kind of thing. Yep. Okay, I think so. Yeah, this whole thing is annoying. Subscribe for $3.99 a month to my only leptons to detect my small vehicles. Please do not show your small vehicles in public. That's why TBD this season set to 0.98 detection and banned evasion entirely. You got an only HVAC? Banning evasion is cringe. Get good. Oh, you would say that. Get good. Equals just exclusively use hit scan. Evasion kills APS and cramp, the based weapons. I hate missing a hair. Controlling bothers me until I get off work and can shave again. Although the FTD buns breaks down if you get competitive enough. Yep. You know, that's why tournaments usually have rules docs that are like 8 pages long. Okay, I'm gonna exercise willpower and know that. Right, time to combat test the thing. Right, I suspect that our friend here will be able to undercost a lot of things. So, what's a 300k Gokave thing? 300k Gokave thing. Kelvin, we could throw it against that. Where's the Kelvin? Kelvin. We could... Let's throw it against the Kelvin, see what happens. Also, let's see how laggy this gets. Aha! The piston rams. Right, this thing does seem to have trouble with... Never mind. Oh, jeez. I mean, frame rate dropped a little bit, but not as much as expected. Kelvin's gonna collapse. It sucks against planes. Not that I'm aware of. Could you set the capacity of a minimum detection for every craft regardless of size? The scrap is slightly, ever so slightly janky. There's a definitely clipping through the wings when extended too. Oh yeah, wow. Okay, we need to note right there. This is why we combat test stuff. There is it. Terminus. Clips too much. Return combat and wing in combat. Yeah, no, that's too much. That's way too much. What is piston ramming? Ew. If trying to hit above it. Yep. Yeah. We need firing restrictions there. A lot of them. Right, so piston rams are this. So if we go here, you'll see that these are rams just all bunched up on pistons, which extend. So when going for that thing, I'm gonna commit absolute heresy again. So these things extend out. And they, well, they do terrible things to whatever they hit. I wouldn't mind so much of it to aim its entire body, but being on full turrets is wacky. It needs rotation constraint. Evasion is based. Yeah, sure it is. Sure it is. Okay, so Kelvin, alright, we need to throw this thing against something a lot more expensive than it. This thing might not need any combat testing benchmark whatsoever, so let's err on the side. Let's throw it against the anchor bolt. Let's see what if this thing beats the anchor bolt, which I'm assuming it's going to be able to, unless the anchor bolt blows its wings completely off. Where is the anchor bolt? Which costs maybe twice as much. How is this thing twice as expensive? But look how much bigger the terminus is. 110, 150 meters. Yeah, you know what? Combat testing wise, I think this thing is fine. Oh, lordy. Yep, sorry, John. Wow. John McFist, I did not mean to be mean. I did not mean to throw your baby to the horrible bird. But that is precisely what's happened. Ugh. I thought there was some kind of harpoons. They are kind of. Alright. Ooh! TPD abandoning it was a simple silly decision. Hey, I updated the Anubis to request they have some cool things. I want to make sure it's up to standards. A bit more expensive, but hopefully it's functional enough to warrant the price. Let's finish our inspection, and then yeah, we can have a look at the Anubis. That'd be nice. You're not there. You have no say, LMHO. It absolutely will. You're right. I don't have a say, but I can point out what silly decision. It's melee beats anything it can catch and loses to anything it can't. Yep. Man, even the Witches of the White Flayers would denounce this cheese. Tested against the observable universe. Absolute cheddar here. It's okay, it's not your fault. This is a stupid, unbalanced thing a craft can do. Yeah, I think we're good combat testing wise. This is gonna do horrible things to anything above water that it can. Wait, hang on a minute. Hang on a minute. Hang on a tick. There's a thing I need to try. How well does this do against a submarine? And yeah, the deco is staying off for now. Don't mind me, damn it. Alright, I'm gonna briefly run away and yank this hair on my chin because it is actually driving me nuts. What is a 300k submarine? Snubnose. Let me know if the Terminus wins by yelling really loudly at your computer screen. Away we go. Sweet release. Okay, what's happened? What has happened? Has it done anything? Oh, it has. Oh no. When submarine not low enough. That's terrible. Well then. Piston drones. I think that should be a war crime in this game. This game is nothing but war crimes. Alright, now the anchor bolt needs some ram pistons too so they can spar. When it comes to ram piston, the length and girth matter a lot. Oh dear. It's nothing personal, you seem cool enough, I just hate melee in general, especially this type. Disagree, evasion is the silly one. I'll not continue this argument. If you're able to penetrate the enemy before they penetrate you, you'll do much more to their insides. Whoop! Yeah, it beats a lot of stuff, won't be making melee next time. Easy to beat this by placing a rubber box at the bottom of the sea. I mean, yeah. Have fun! As Bordeaux would say, this is some horseradish, yep. Yeah, see, I don't think poking something 80 meters away should do 8 million damage. The physics ain't physicsing. Yeah, no, this thing is, well, it's godly, definitely. It is also very annoying, so well done, T-Lad. This might be one of the scariest things that Stone Knight has. But I'm gonna type up the notes. I think that's enough. Robots need to be removed. Right, less clippy, less clippy, less clippy. Alright. Let's put this thing in the spreadsheet. And click, click, and click, and... Terminus is terminusing. There it is. Right, there we go. Need to go up to the bookmarks again. Whee! Okay then. And over here, more of this, more of this. More typey, typey, typey. Typey, typey. This one flies at Mach love, though, so I think it would be rather hard to beat in time. Melee would be unbalanced if it was difficult to deal with. Things like this are why I built a plane with a 1Q laser that goes 210 meters per second. Yeah. It's a way to do it, actually. Non-serrated ammo barrels can kill the pistons. Suspicious red barrels with nukes and let it blow its own piston rams. I don't mind using cheese to beat a cheesy vehicle. Does perform as desired. I cannot fault it for that. Yep. Boring solution for a boring problem. But it's pretty easy. Personally, I would give it a specific weakness like fire and MPP to balance it, but I love the concept. Well, I mean, it is a melee vehicle, and, like, as said, melee vehicles are one of those things. There's a number of things like that in the depths. If you're faster than them, they're helpless. If you're not, they kill you. This one flies good. Whoa! Also just speed in general, though you gotta go real fast because this is 180 meters per second max speed. Thank you for following 2 green thumbs. I would love to see your gun if you've got 2 green thumbs. Letting it detonate its own piston around and nukes is a working strategy. Fires by default a weakness for something this fast, as are lasers. Cram moment. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, Cram ain't gonna do this. I'm actually curious. Nah, we've combat tested this thing enough. We really have. Have I put the thing where it's meant to be? Right, and T-Lad was here in chat, so they've basically heard and seen everything. But I am posting on the workshop as well, just so the notes are somewhere they can easily access. So that's all good. That's all good in our neighborhood. Also the note about can experiment to improve effectiveness. Whoops. Whoops. Oops. Oops. Huh? Okay. Alright. Yeah, no, you don't need to make this thing that much more effective. Mostly just make it clip less in general. Okay, then, that's all good. That's all good. All good in the neighborhood. Beautiful thing, I love it. Even while I hate it. Right, next. Next. We've got one more thing, and then somebody, if they really want to. Actually, we've got 2 more things to look at. Uh-oh. I think we can look at the Naga. Right, so Naga. Let's look at this. This is a medium craft. Alright, this needs to be need more stuff. This is one of the older craft. It needs to be brought back up to, well, it needs to be brought up to modern Stone Knight standards. So let's go with that. Let's see here. Now on the other end of Stone Knight. Okay then, and let's go down the thing. Garden has been neglected a bit this year. Thank FDD for that. Oh no! Yeah, this ain't unbeatable. I don't have the game, I just love to watch others play it. And speaking as someone who makes content for that, I appreciate that. Yeah. Also, John, I see why the Audacious is so duct heavy. Thing is massive. The Audacious is a big girl. Oh, she's big and chunky. What the hell did I want to do? Aesthetics and fleet colors. Aesthetically, this needs to be brought up to the same standard as the... I think the Haugen and Moonen is a good aesthetic standard. So we're gonna go here. Needs to be brought up to same aesthetic standard as... What the hell did I just do? Okay, that, thank you. There's Haugen and Moonen. And sub-object clipping or excess. Does this have any sub-object? It has one. And it is a detection turret of all things. Detection turret. Okay, this is also a medium design. So I'm going to make a note. Medium design. Reduce cost where possible. What else? Transparent APS clips. This does not have any APS. Resource settings. This is one of the things that might unfortunately need a complete rebuild. Right, its cost is about 140,000. And it's got 35,000 materials, so we need material storage should be roughly 50% of overall cost. Because I'm assuming the cost of this thing's going to change as it's retrofit. So settings, alright. Settings. Settings are good. Brother... The audacity to build that ship that big, shake my head. Chunky, godly battleship, yeah. Audacious is fat. Big thing, yeah. I call this the poke bird of doom. I was ruthless in the limited one win blocks, and even with that in the ducks, it's still bumping the block count limit. What's Audacious again? Forget natural buoyancy, that ain't happening. SR boss ship I built, big battleship. Chunky godly battleship with the SR. Ooh. The audacity to build a ship that big, shake my head. Yeah, I saw the large steam approach or upthrust. Brother, I built it to match the cost of the king crab before you made that a bunch cheaper. I learned it from watching you. Average Platono ship. Did the buoyancy update to HA help the Audacious in any notable regard? LMHO, it definitely does not make it buoyant without heavy assistance. Especially because HA ducts did not get the buff. Yeah, that's rude. Why did heavy armor ducts not get the buff? To be fair, I think Sean hates ducts. What you need to know about Sean the Dev, S-E-A-N, Sean, community manager from the depths, he hates ducts, he hates poles, and he is vocal about it. I'm exaggerating a little bit. By the way, do we need to pay attention to material use in battle, or can we just ignore it for maximizing volume efficiently? Depends on the craft. Starting from, I would say, medium up to hard and godly, do pay attention to it, because players are, speaking as a player from the depths, are sneaky bastards, and if you are too material inefficient, they will just put a rubber box on the ocean and wait for you to run out of materials. And we want to ensure that that's not a viable option, because it'll take too long and it'll be boring. So, Sean hates ducks and poles. He hates Polish ducks. No! That's misinformation. Ducks are already more buoyant anyway because they weigh half as much while taking the same volume. I mean, fair enough. Fair enough. Alloy ducts are amazing for floatiness. What else was I doing? Auto propulsion. Do we have that? Well, this is definitely internals of some kind. Okay. Let's go here. That's not auto-propulsed. What the? That's not auto-propulsed either. Neither's that. Okay, we're good. No water propulsion. Perfect. Repair bots. Do we have any? Nope, we don't. Functionality and combat testing. This thing's not going to be very functional. Okay, refill everything.
Listening.
You know what could be fun? Making a miniature version of the Tiamat. If you value your time, that little them go off, I guess. I mean, if someone wants to bore themselves to death with a rubber box on the seafloor, that's a them problem, true. Sean certainly has some form of opinion. Some form of opinion. Yep. Also, hello, Dr. Dooley. Value your time, that little them go off, I guess. My only Plutonic submission using ducts as armor is for gluing the two ship halves together. Nice. That's a lot of huge engines. This? Not really. This thing is mostly engine, now I think about it. It's custom jet and engine. Alright, what do we fling this against? Let's find a Glacave thing. Okay, all vehicle types. What is a 142 Glacave thing? Armature. How is it armature? We do want to find a hard thing if we can. Where's the... Oh, there! Okay, it is a hard thing. Ooh. Okay, I'm a place for... Okay. The armature has a lot of problems with it, but it'll do for a combat test, because this thing's gonna get changed a lot anyway. So let's see how do. Ooh. I do. Damn it! I love rapid fire plasma, even though it's bad. Here's the armature. Hold on a second. Oh dear. Those plasma bolts need to be a lot faster. Although they do look cool. Again, shout out to the Longer Plasma Trails mod. It is very nice. Okay, what was I doing? Let's go. Did you see that? Drills are banned, ducks are allowed. Drills is banned here, right? I forgot much of the rules. There are links to the rules in the Platono hub, which is pinned in chat. Is the only one that uses a lot of ducts. Yeah. Huge engine, EMP packs for Pearson. Ducts specifically said to be getting a re-will. Future, best not to rely on them. Yeah, unfortunately, damn near anything that relies on drills is gonna... I mean, not drills, ducts is gonna need to be changed. One charge plasma. I hate unqualified statements because they are bad. Put the PPU, whoa. Closest officer. The grass is cut. Ace pilot maneuver. Plop. That lay's got AI dead from EMP. Yep. And sploosh, indeed. Okay then. You, sir, you sink to the bottom of the ocean and think about what you've done. Naga. Combat testing. Benchmark. Cave. Armature. Which... What difficulty was the armature again? The armature is a hard, so yeah, that's perfect. Alright, that was very quick. Wow, this is definitely an ocean floor. That's kind of an issue with heavy armor skin. Yep. What faction did the king crab belong to? I sympathize. Yeah. Amphitasma. Yes, the king crab is a... Alright, I want to check something here. Now, this thing is X amount with heavy armor. If we change the heavy armor to alloy, It now floats. And is a lot cheaper. Now I want to see if this thing could get itself out of the water. Because that alone could be a huge... it has hydrofoils on it. Why? Alright, let's go find the Naga while it rises majestically to the surface. Uh-oh. Please tell me it wasn't removed from the workshop. I'm gonna... Oh, wait, no. It was spelt different. It was spelt different. There's a lot of Nagas, by the way, on the Steam workshop. Stonelight. There we go. It's been renamed to the Rayfan. Just don't look under the wings. Oh, hey! Oh, wow, this thing's a lot faster now. Look at that! Now, okay, I'm curious now.
Listening.
I'm curious. I want to see, while I'm typing up stuff, does this thing, how much better does this thing do against something in this cost range? Throw you against the punch. See what happens. Alright, what was I doing? I believe this was... Yeah, this is... Yeah. Rayfan. Is anyone winning? This thing is not winning. Needs... Oh, it needs missile defense as well. I need to put that in there. Whoop. Okay. Defense. Do. Okay. Yeah. Good. Okay then, now we can put that over there. And now we can do that, and do that, and go click, and up here. Naga. Over here. Okay, it's not winning. Nope, it is not winning. I love my crab. The crab is great. I mean, cheap and fast, not die immediately in water. If that thing would fly backwards, it would look like a nice bird. It would, actually. Only Naga imagery in my head is the one from Twilight Forest. It also makes it like 85% less durable. Now there's something I haven't thought about in years. One of my favorite mods of all time. Twilight Forest? Do tell. Burst effect of that plasma is really nice. Yep. Did they ever like finish it? Last check, the last 2 or 3 bars were kind of empty. I think they made some updates. I need to try and make plans start to make craft fully autonomous. I've run 170 hours and still don't know how to do it. And because of the stream, I have an itch to build something FTD after 2 months break. It is good to take breaks from the depths. I do tend to find that some of my best stuff happens when you take a break. You clear your mind. And yeah, 170 hours is like you've just started. So really do not fret too much if you haven't made anything good. Big castle surrounded by thorns right now, but apart from funny doors is empty. That's how it was the last time I played. Twilight Forest is a Minecraft mod. Oh! I think my character no longer has the blackbird with those wings. Huh. Twilight Forest is a very old popular Minecraft mod. I have 1k hours, still don't know how to play this game. I have 7,000 hours and I still make stupid mistakes like building canoes. When canoes will not do! We can do... Oh dear. Okay. Naga is not doing well. Naga is not doing well. Yep. Okay. Remember to post version with name Naga. Okay, there we go. I spelled standard wrong, and that's bad. I'm just, like, completely ignoring this plane getting mauled. And that's okay. Nerd. There we go. Wow, last front side I made is pretty decent, I think. 2.4k, and I'm getting there. Yep. I'm on at 2,700, and that's with leaving game to run on its own. I'm 3,600 and can say I know the game well, but always more to learn. Yep. Some people just do it faster than others. The people who are smart enough to ask for help and look things up, they tend to improve quicker. Shock horror. Only at 650 hours. When does the tutorial end? Never! Last front side made pretty decent. I can't show it to anyone though. Winds of Hysteria. Oh, that's the real key of Haugen. Yeah. The key to learning from the depths is you go watch the tutorials as made by me and other people. You go to the help channel. You go to the FTD knowledge base. You frickin' look things up, damn it. Alright, Naga's gotten its ass kicked once again. We have time to look at the Uraeus. Yay! Have I put things where it needs to be? If I put things where they need to be, I have! Hell yeah. Oops. There we go. Beautiful. Okay, good. Right, the Uraeus is the snake. Uraeus squad. This is the snakiest snake which ever snaked. Look at this. Who made this? Jakalth made this. Whee! Behold. Snack! Well, your YouTube videos are a big help in this game. Glad to hear it! Yay! I spent a lot of time on both helping others and entrepreneurship my own taught me so much. Oh yeah. I'm like 780 hours in, and I'm quite good at APS, especially railguns, quite decent design and much else. Yep, Snake. And that MF looks evil. It does look evil. It's like, yeah! I forgot about the snaky missiles! Oh, that's good. Yeah, so I believe Jakalth made this before they made the Hunan and the Moonin, which is why this looks a little bit less sexy, but that's okay. Okay, we're just gonna do that. Just gonna type there. Squad replaces old Uraeus. Not to be confused with urea, which is what you pee out. I spelt standard wrong. Why? Why can I not spell standard in a standard manner? Very silly. Okay. Alright. Alright, let us go through the checklist. Aesthetics and fleet colors, just if it brings up the same aesthetic standard as Hunan and Moonin, that would be really good. Sub-object clipping or excess. Let's see here, it has exactly one sub-object by the looks of it, which is the spinny decoy there, which is spinning just fine, that's very nice. I have over 2k hours to still build the most average vehicles. Azusa, you must stop being self-deprecating. Grr! Could probably make the yellow and black blend with less blockiness around the mouth. Just less blockiness overall. Yeah. Keep it the way it is. Yes, so smooth out, I think. And the inside of the mouth too. Snake and snake missile, such a cool thing. Plus that block barrel should be decoed. Diokid. Yep, no, we got what you mean. Okay, so Urea Squad. Good. Smooth out flat colors. I know how to spell smooth. Smooth out flat colors. Smooth and blend out flat colors. So in case anyone wonders what I mean by that, it's similar to what I've talked about before. When you have flat lines like this, it just looks kind of blocky. Oh, actually, I should mention blockiness. Blocky look. There we go. So in this particular case, what you'd want to do is something like this. With decoration. Something like this. Just that breaks it up very nicely. So that alone makes the things look a little bit better. But also, since this is Cobra, you can do things like this. So that's just an example. We don't have to do that, of course. I'm going to leave it up to Jakalth. Not self-deprecation. My stuff is just kind of mid most of the time. Again, filthy lie. What's the word for when you neg yourself? That's exactly it. It's self-deprecation. Or self-denigration. Oh, by the way, Borderwise, the hologram missing on the Mama wide radiator is an FTD bug. The image included with the planet zip is .png versus .png lowercase, which breaks it somehow. Gotcha. Still, I'm glad I noted that is a thing. One thing I kind of miss from the stone exterior days is that the black is too shiny on metal and alloy. I like the shininess. I like the stone light presence to be super shiny. It polishes everything with zeal. What else? Transparent. Okay. Transparent APS clips. Neither of these things uses APS. Yep, neither of them uses APS. They're just plasma and missiles. Resource settings and resource storage levels. Let's have a look. See, resource storage levels are good, and resource store levels are also good. A little bit high, actually, but nah, that's fine. That is absolutely okay. Order of propulsion. This is a Jakalth build. Jakalth tends to remember to turn that off. All propulsion is... Alright, so the jets are thrust vectored, and thrust vectoring does not play well with auto propulsion, so yep, that is off. Very good. Very, very good. And we've got more stuff here. Jet engine set to pitch and set to pitch. Very good. No auto propulsion here. Very good. Auto propulsion, repair bots. I think well, yep, there are repair bots on here. And just to check, over here, I think they are different colors actually. Yep, repair bots. Repair bots. Remove repair bots. Remove repair bots. It is actually funny, now I think about that, Jakalth has made the Haugen and Moonin and also the Uraeus. Both of them are hard planes for Stone Light, so I don't know. That's not a... That's just like something worth noticing. It's interesting. Remove repair bots, so that needs to be removed. And functionality and combat testing, everyone's favorite bit. So let us throw this. Okay, then. Okay, then. So, we got a 260k. Let's throw that against our Glacave thing. That is 260k. What do we got? We've got the wrench. That is 260k. How is the... What is the wrench? The wrench is a hard design with a lot of notes. Badly written notes, too. Deacon's Christmas. Yeah, maybe not the wrench. Maybe not the wrench. What was I... What were we testing the Haugen Moonin? What's the dual axe? Well, not the wrench. What's the fluorescence? That's a spacecraft, so... Chisel. Chisel, chisel, chisel. Chisel is rule-breaking. Although transparent clips, so... Let's throw it against the Perpetual and see what happens. The Perpetual... Where is it? It is... there, and it is... Let's throw it against 2 Perpetuals and see what happens. Okay. I won't take pole dancing and kitchen tile as mid. Nope. The pole dancing was just a moment. The tile was just me punishing myself for being bad at FTT. Azusa, stop. 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 Stop! Well, my stuff mostly is blocking and inefficient block, but I like the funny things. I have a lot of fun building them. Nice. I would replace the smoke trails with gelatin. They're just look crude for Stonelight. My Doritos! Your Doritos? That's actually a good point. Trail gens. Replace smoke with trail gens. Replace smoke with trail generators. So there's a fun... If you stick trail generators on a submarine, it helps you see the submarine, as it turns out. What missiles are these? They are beefy incendiary missiles. We could probably stick some reinforced bodies on that. I'm going to make a note there. Reinforced bodies on missiles. I think I've tested these guys before against the Perpetuals. Who's winning? No one is winning. SNEK and Danger Noodle. This is another one in which making the head... Wait, no, you can't make the head the turret. That wouldn't work. Wow. This thing had a lot of bits in it. Jeez. I think actually the Uraeus might be winning. How about that? Although that one is just being chased endlessly, so that's not good. Maybe if it had some way of... I mean, it has missiles, so... I remember back in the days before this thing had missiles, it wouldn't be able to take on Snake! Wow, I thought the Perpetual... I forgot that the Perpetual had that burst gun. Oof! What's it called when you neg yourself so people compliment you? I don't know. In war, nobody wins besides Cloney wins a lot. I just can't get enough to burst railguns on these guys. I also like him. Does he win? Was that just his default position? You're right, his default position is winning. He stays on top. Yeah, basically... Okay, that's my understanding of how corn works. Corn! Wait a minute. Do these things have frag... have, like, separate frag and... Oh, dearie me, this thing is burning to death. Actually, no, it isn't. What happened? What's happening? Nope, that is burning to death. It's burning to death. That's unfortunate. Right, these things can actually get themselves out of space, and that's nice. And also, yeah, the snakes are winning. Alright, so Perpetual is not what we want to test against. Do we have any ideas of what to test these things against? Roughly material equivalent and one difficulty higher. Chadcorn, I want to see one of those gun runs connect. That is the problem with gun planes. They're hard. And yeah, the missiles, the snake missiles are doing work. Hell yeah. Whoop! Thank you for the hydrate, Tucker. Okay then. You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna fling this against the same Sturf as the Hunan and the Moonin. Sizzle says, I love incendiary missiles. Seriously, I use them a lot and I want to use them more. Holy bananas. Oh hey, you wanted the gun run to hit? I think it did. No, it didn't. It missed horribly. These things are way faster than they look. Sir, how are you still alive? Oh, because nothing vital was damaged, really. Okay, they won. Awesome. Right, so I'm just going to throw these against... What's it? The dual axe? So, load in standard fight setup. We're going to load in 2 of these, like so, ensuring they do not collide. Gonna go find the dual axe. Dual axe. Whoops. That's a little bit much. Okay, it's fine. And I'm gonna put this on our Confederation for no reason, and Civil Republic again for no reason. 200, apply to all. Because I think the dual axe is a good benchy mark for testing whether a plane is good. The Perpetual is too slow, really. I saw 2 HE damage. I guess that counts then. Oh. Oh dear. Holy Bananas would make a great Ladies' Night title. I do say Holy Bananas a lot. I don't know where I picked that up from. Right, so lasers are going like so. Do these things have laser defense? They do not. It is worth it to put laser defense on planes, by the way. Right, so... add laser defense. More missile defense. Uh-oh. Ah! Oops. Likes to collide with airships. And it shouldn't. So the dual axe is actually, it's taken a real beating. It turns out plasma is good at, things. Although the snakes might die horribly. Looks like that thing... is it falling out of the sky? No, it isn't. Doesn't really need 39, to be honest. Maybe I should reduce the shells and make it faster. Still haven't made lambs good. Even with cost, lambs seems too easy to over... lambs used to be ridiculously overpowered back in the day, so... yeah, like, I don't know, lambs are one of those things, like, there is a point where the most part they're not helpful at all. There's another collision. Yep, the note is warranted. Alright. Awkward. Alright, so the dual axe, we should probably put that on the menu for what do you call it? For combat testing. Combat testing benchmark. Combat testing. Benchmark. I know how to spell benchmark. Benchmark. And we're gonna fling this against the anchor bolt as well, because why the hell not? Don't you hate it when your snake is damaged? Somebody damaged the snake. Somebody I forgot the dual axe had these. They're missing horribly, but... Uh-oh. Somebody did a flop. Can it get itself out, is the question. Nope. Sunk. And this guy is not long for this world, I don't think. Yeah, nope. Going to die, probably. Every now and then, every craft faces against the anchor bolt. I mean, it's just the anchor bolt is like, it has no notes on the spreadsheet, so it's like, alright, this thing's not going to change. So it's a nice, consistent benchmark. Yep, nope. Okay, so, new setup. Delete that, anchor bolt. Am I missing something? Oh yeah, it's cover tanks. Anchor bolt. They should do better than the Haugen and Moonen, I think. So that's 600k, and that's 500k. That's good enough. Maybe, alright, so another 250k would be... Alright, we'll add one more, because the Haugen and Moonen's overcosted a bit. Whoops. Alright, Starlight updated, planes, state, Uraeus. Hold on. 634 divided by... Hold on, math. 634 divided by 258. 258. It's 2. It'll be 2v1. Do we have a reasonable up-to-date folder? I bought a want-to-waste to univert that. I can't read that, Dr. Dooley. It's a solid all-round design like a lot of mine. Get it from the hub. Yeah. Not the usual advice you get in a Twitch chat. Yep.
Get it from the hub. Get it from P-Hub.
Did I spawn these things at the... I did not spawn these things at the correct height. That was silly. Apply to all start.
Where is she?
Right. There. Where anchor bolt? There, anchor bolt. In swallow color. This thing actually looks really good in swallow colors. One of the arrays says it just lost 10% health all at once. That's awkward. And anchor bolt has taken almost no damage, as per usual. And the USS are trying their best to collide, and... Ooh. The anus has been amputated. Speaking of someone who likes to make compact designs, yeah, it's a problem. Did anyone see the trailer of this new AI-generated Avengers movie? Is that I've suspected Marvel might pull something like this. How bad is it? Does anyone know? Thank you. We watch different streams and you Big Fist trying the Azusa tactics. What? How? Also, given that you define it describe it as a train wreck, I'm assuming it's not very good. They fired all their CGI people. They did? And they did it with AI instead? Ugh. Well, yet more reasons to not watch any Marvel movies. I'm assuming. Alright, so in other news, the Uraeuses are not doing well. Wasn't really expecting them to, but anchor bolt cost equivalent. Yeah, I'm gonna say that this is not going well. Alright, that's enough notes on the Uraeus. I think that's good. All very nice, all very nice. You like it, the car's built. It's very nice. Set, go over here. Put this over here. Oops. Okay, there we go. Cover testing benchmark. Da, da, da. Alright, so Uraeus. Uraeus. There we go. Yep, the anchor bolt is winning. Who could have guessed? Who could have guessed? Who could have guessed? Who could have guessed? Who could have guessed that the thing da 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 da. Okay then. What was I doing? Good, we'll manage. Good. Okay, cool. Right, so if somebody, and I'm not going to say who, wanted to hit that canoe redeem now, now's your time. It's not like I have a huge amount of editing to do. It's not like I have places to be. What am I beer? I'm assuming what is not verified is a viral claim that D. Amaro said the majority of VFX in Doomsday will be AI-powered and that audiences must accept it. The Lance rebuild is chugging. I suck at making tanks. All good. Shout out to whoever asked how many dusters it would take to beat the anchor bolt. Yeah, that took a while, didn't it? It does always help to take reference to other similar craft. Yep. I didn't actually find the answer, but I do know it's well over 100, because 110 wasn't even close. One duster versus cost equivalent percentage of anchor bolt is just like half a plasma gun. Is anyone gonna hit that? I think Eliaval wanted to hit the canoe redeem, but I don't know if they're still watching, so I hope I didn't hurt their feelings. You have approximately until another Uraeus despawns, which shouldn't take long, and if no one hits it, we're gonna raid out. Don't forget to check it. Oh, right, the Anubis, alright. Gotcha. Well, the Uraeus ain't winning this. Alright, I'm actually gonna look at the Anubis next time. I will note that, though. Look at new Anubis. Yeah. Come on, kill me, I'm here. Basically, yeah, that's, yep, and there goes Uraeus. Right, well, no canoe redeem. We're gonna raid out to Gorlath streams, because they are live. Not Grolath, Gorlath streams. And good news, there is a new episode of Hardest Neater out, and I think you're gonna like it. So I need to go spread that all over the place, like delicious margarine. Grower streams, who is playing Crosscode. So we're gonna raid out, and it's gonna be very nice. Okie dokie, pig and a pokey. Once again, thank you everyone to stop by and for coming and watching stream and participating in this custom campaign. And yeah, if you're watching this late on YouTube, please do remember to subscribe, because it'll help that VOD channel get monetized, and frankly, I need rent money, so that's presumptuous. Alright, take care everyone. Have a good one. Remember to feed your anchor bolts. I'll see you next week. Bye!